In this video, we will show you how to replace your rear door handle on this Honda Civic. This will be attached to your rear door. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we want to do is have the door in the open position. We're going to start removing the area that houses our window switch. To do this, I'm just using a small pocket screwdriver, and if you were looking along the edge here, I'm going to make my way all the way over towards this edge, and we should be able to gently pry this up. Now along this outboard side here, or what would be the rearward side I guess you'd say, you want to carefully start pulling it out. It has a small locating tab that tucks in and behind the armrest. Let's go ahead and turn this over so we can have a look along the inboard side. Now for this, it has a locking tab. You just want to go ahead and press that in. You can use your finger or just continue with a small pocket screwdriver if you'd like. We're just going to go ahead and press that in and pull this out of place. A quick inspection of that wiring harness. You can set that aside. Now just behind that area, we're going to find that we have a Phillips head mounting screw holding the door panel to the door. Let's remove that now. Let's move up from there to the inside door handle. There's a small trap door. We're going to have to dislodge that. Right up along the top, you're going to find that you have a locking tab. You can use a pocket screwdriver to gently pull down on that. We'll pull this out of place. Just using an angled pick. There's that locking tab right there. Set that aside. That exposes our Phillips head screw behind this area. We're going to use a plastic trim tool to separate the trim panel from the door itself. You just want to try to get in between that area. We'll gently start pulling it away, starting down along the bottom. As we make our way up towards the top, we'll have to start lifting up. But keep in mind, there are still cables leading to that inside door handle. There we are. Okay, let's start lifting this up. Now as we start pulling this away, I'm going to take the door handle off of the door panel. To do that, you're going to find you have 4 locking tabs. You can use your small pocket screwdriver or trim tool, whatever you want. Go ahead and start pressing those locking tabs away. There's one on each corner here. Okay. The last one should just roll out of place. Let's set that door panel aside. Now we're going to be paying attention to that vapor barrier. We're going to have to dislodge most of this. For this, along the outside corner, there's just a small tab. We're going to pull that out of place. A quick inspection here. I'm not going to pull down on this yet. Let's continue on to our electrical connector down in this area. I'm using a small pocket screwdriver for the locking tab up along the top. Just go ahead and press that in. From here, we're going to start dislodging the wiring harness from this area. I'm using a trim tool. You can use pretty much anything as a prying device. As we start pulling down on the vapor barrier, pay attention to all of this making its way around. That's the adhesive. It is very sticky and you don't want to get it on your clothing. Just peel this away. We'll put it in a safe area for now. You don't have to fully remove it. Now let's pay attention to our door latch. Use a T27 to remove all 3 of these mounting screws so we can dislodge the latch from the door itself. We do not need to fully remove it. Now you should be able to dislodge that latch. You can reach inside the door if you need to slide that aside. As we slide this out, you're going to find that there's also a rod that will slide out of place. Now we're going to have a look deep inside this area. You should find a 10mm headed mounting bolt. Now let's make our way on the outside of the door. Looking at the door handle itself, you're going to find that the handle has a small trim piece, which we are also replacing. Let's go ahead and take hold of that small trim piece. You should be able to go ahead and pull that out and away. Take hold of the door handle if necessary. There's that. Now, as far as the door handle itself, we're going to take hold of this and we'll pull it towards this slot. Start pulling it out and away. There it is, friend. Just clean and inspect the mounting area. Now it's time to install our brand new outside door handle. We're going to start with the handle portion here. We're going to start by sliding it into this area. Just come in at an angle. Before we continue pressing it all the way in, we need to also focus over here. Let's go ahead and press that into its rectangular port. As we're pressing, we're going to start sliding this what would be forward here. Should want to latch in. There we are. Take hold of the handle, pull away. It should want to retract. If it does not retract, it's not properly set. Go ahead and retry. Once it is, continue on with the outboard portion here. Now for this, we're just going to get it in place, align the mounting bolt port, and we'll make our way back inside the door to install that mounting bolt. There's that right in there. Got our mounting bolt here, put it directly on the 10mm. I've got a long extension. Start that in by hand, snug it up. Okay, bottomed out, just a tiny bit further here. Now it's time to insert the latch into the original position. Let's pay attention inside the door here. Inside this area, you should find a small metal rod that goes up and down here. That's going to slide into the yellow adapter that's part of the latch. You can see the rod all the way deep in here. And then here's our little yellow adapter right in there. There's our adapter. There's the yellow adapter. Bringing this up. Try to get the rod in there. Here we are. You can see the rod making its way down through there. Want to be able to see it on both sides. Now let's get that latch in place and start in our 3 mounting screws. After that, you can snug them up. All right, let's go ahead and test the functionality before we go any further. I'm using a 1/4" extension here. Let's go ahead and press in on the latch like as if we shut the door. Now I'm applying pressure. Pull on the outside door handle. It releases. Go ahead and test it one more time here. Pressure. Releases as it should. Now it's time for the weather barrier, but of course we do want to make sure that we have our electrical connector making its way through the port here. So let's just go ahead and start bringing that up. Something to think about is that when we're installing the door panel, this is going to come loose because we have to pull the cables away. So you don't really need to put that up. But let's continue on up along here, making our way to the far corner. We're going to install our plug up in this area. It's going to hold it in position for us. We'll just make sure it's aligned. That plug on there. Let's continue on. Just try to align everything as necessary, pressing it into its original position. Let's get this on here. Just going to line that up, press it in. Make our way all the way across. Electrical connector next. Press that in, a little wiggle. Make sure everything's secure. Let's make sure that our handle's in the proper placement. That's going to go with the hooks into these 2 ports on the door itself. Just go ahead and line it up, slide it over. Now let's go ahead and focus on that door panel itself. Up along the top where I'm holding on to, we have this hooked area that will slide over the edge of the door. And also, as you make your way all the way around the door panel itself, you're going to find that you have several adapters or clips that are going to press into their circular ports on the door itself. Let's start bringing this in. You also want to pay attention to your window wiring harness. You don't really have to worry too much about it. Just make sure it is accessible through the port in the door panel. Now, as we start bringing this over, I'm also paying attention to my vapor barrier. I like to have this pressed up on here at this point. Let's start coming up nice and high. I'm going to bring that hooked area of the door panel over the door lip, and now we can start aligning this and pressing it in. We're also paying attention all the way around the door panel itself for those clips, aligning them with their ports. Let's tap this in. Okay. Now before I continue too much further with that, let's also just make sure that we still have our wiring harness in the area that we can gain access. Double check up along the inside door handle. We want to make sure this is aligned. I'm going to tap this in now. The door handle did have those 4 clips around it holding it to the door panel. We just want to make sure that that does not move around. As you can tell, that's perfectly latched in. Let's just double check the rest of the door panel. Now right inside this area, we're going to install our mounting screw. Let's get that in position. Start it in, snug it up. Keep in mind you are only screwing into plastic here. You don't need to over tighten it. Let's continue on with our window switch. Just go ahead and align that electrical connector. We'll press it in, listen for a click. A light tug confirming that's secured. You don't want that falling out while you're driving down the road. As we slide this panel into position, we want to pay attention close to the armrest. This has to be properly aligned. Just going to go ahead and slide it right in behind here. Roll it down into position. Once it looks like it's aligned, press it in. Let's move up to the screw for the door handle here. It's the smaller of the two. Try to straighten that out here. There we are. Install your protective panel. We have our little locking tab up along the top there, so we're just going to roll this in from the bottom first. Press it in. Okay, friend, we've got that back together. Let's go ahead and test the functionality of our outside door handle one more time. Perfect. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.